So from the previous video, carrying off from where, what our purpose in life is, I would just like to now share with you what my purpose in life is. My mission, my name is Hemanta Chambidu, and I'm here on a mission to create 50,000 online tutors who are going to impact the lives of many students around them. I wish all my candidates to be effective and focused in their lesson delivery, and which is why I have also written my own personal goal card. I keep this goal card as a reminder of what I should be doing. I read the goal card every day when I wake up, and as a matter of personal affirmation, I even go further. I even write down my goals in my diary every day. Here, I'll just show you a few pages from my diary. Here you can see that I am writing down all my goals in the diary. I even changed the colors to ensure that I'm highlighting the colors of the goals that I want, and also the highlights I have. I have a strict code that I follow, a code of honor, which I always read every day in the morning. This pyramid I intend to follow for the rest of my life. This is my purpose in life. I know what you just saw may sound like some kind of motivational, inspirational stuff and all, but that's me. That's me, Hemanta Chambidu, the raw, unadulterated me. So that's what I've got to share with you. Now let's get back to the slides. Coming back onto the lesson, let's now look at the idea of implementing what we learned in week number 2. We have already identified the market. We have identified the person or persons that we are going to talk to. Having identified the customer avatar, we are now ready to understand human psychology. What makes a sale happen? So there you go. That's the most important point that we're going to discuss today. Sale happen. So how will you get a sale to happen? Well, you got to understand the main psychological triggers that are going to get the attention of the customer, inspire the customer, guide as in, maybe educate the customer or pre-frame them, persuade them. Subliminally you can persuade them maybe. And last but not the least, transform them from a lead into a customer. So that should be your objective. Alright, continue on with the lesson. Wow, this is powerful indeed. How to make people say yes to you. So the approach will vary from different people and all. Now of course, let's just look at our own personal situation. Getting people to say yes. Our family members are probably the more easier people to convince. Now then followed by, let's see here, business partners. I'm not sure if you have experience, if you guys have experience in running business, but of course your business partners may come the second according to me. And the third would be, this might be a bit controversial again, but I found, convincing your girlfriend or your partner to believe in you, believe in whatever that you want to say or in whatever you want to buy. That's where they come out third. Now about the remaining 5, I don't know about all of you guys, but I don't have any experience of making those people say yes. I have not sold a product. I have not interacted in deep with my followers or fans. I don't have any team members. Burning, yes, I could say my colleagues at the company, of course. So in the case of my team members, of course, the conversation always usually transcends into the working relationship that we share. So in respect of the working relationship that we have, I'm sorry, I have not yet had them to say yes to me. It's because my attempts at launching a new advertising campaign in December targeted at the parents of our students did not go to plan. So definitely in my case, for getting my team members to say yes, I failed. So I gotta learn something more and maybe come up with a more convincing presentation that my team members will accept my point of view. Alright, now the next slide tells us that, oh yes, is a skill that can be learned. So so see, the first three categories that we learned previously, those three categories are in fact very easy to handle. But because those categories, we have a certain level of trust. Now make no mistake here, with the first three categories that we discussed, the amount of trust is a bit high than usual. Other than the 5 categories as I've mentioned above, the trust in those people, now your business partners will have invested in you in a monetary relationship, and with your parents and uncles you share a bond of family. With your spouse or your partner and your girlfriend or your boyfriend, you share a relationship of love, you share a relationship of sharing. So there you go, this is a totally different level of relationship compared to the relationship with the remaining pyramid. So that's why, there you have a totally different segment happening here. Okay, so let's now move on to the next slide. It is the hardest skill in the world, I totally understand that, but having implemented some of those steps, you can click on the I button and see how I closed my first customer through a email sales copy. Here's the video in which I deconstructed how I typed that mail and how I presented the offer to the customer, and the customer accepted the offer that I had in mind. So it may be the hardest skill in the world, but if you can, compound it over time, if you can compound your sales over time, then you are going to be, look at that shape of that curve. I'm a physicist, so I'm gonna talk sometimes in terms of curves and all that. Look at the shape of that curve. Sexy, isn't it? Yeah, that's the exponential curve, and it just keeps on going up in the positive direction. So that's the exponential curve, the curve of compounding that we must all aim to create. Yes, of course, basic human nature. From the initial battle between the Homo sapiens and the Neanderthals, of course, we are Homo sapiens, and Homo sapiens won the battle of evolution over the Neanderthals. Again, that's because exactly we use shortcuts to make the decisions. That's one of the human evolutionary traits that has evolved from the most basic human, from Homo sapien, from the most basic human, to the fully clothed, fully digitalized version that we see right now. It's still there. That's what we were born with. Remember, we are still animals come the end of the day. So those same primal triggers are being used on you by the marketing companies to push their products on you. Now it's time you find those marketing triggers and use it back on your own customers. Those 7 triggers which the brain uses to make an action. That's what we are going to learn right now. All 7 triggers we'll deconstruct in detail with detailed examples. Are you ready for the first trigger? It's nothing other than social proof. The first trigger is social proof. Now, I'm not going to go into the wisdom of the crowds. I'm just going to take an example of an online sales purchase that you made. You purchased, I'm sure that anyone watching this video would have purchased something online. Tell me, did you not go into that review section? You went into the review section and you looked at the product. You looked at how many people were saying positive reviews, how many people said negative reviews. All those you compared. Did you ever go out and purchase a product that, let's say, 3-star or 2-star reviews? I can't hear you, but I feel that resonating no coming out. It's a no. I have also bought products only that were rated either between 4 to 5 stars rating only I've purchased. That is social proof for you guys. And Deepak sir just showing his own example. 100 customer reviews. And of course, social proof, as in influenced by the sheep mentality, which in my educational field I would like to say everyone goes in and joins in engineering because everyone is doing it. Doesn't mean that everyone is right, but it's just how sheep mentality works in public. Then also, if all the people around you are standing up, you are also inclined to stand up. Those are all primal triggers. You might wonder, what is the connection with sales? Hell, they have all the close connection with sales. In fact, standing up is very much closely related to clicking on the buy now button, giving in your debit card details and your address, choosing a delivery method, confirming the sale. Boom, done. Yes, now I have stand up. Of course, last but not the least, looking at the reviews like we mentioned previously, and then sometimes, for example in my case, this new phone with which I'm recording this video, Realme X2, I did not purchase it without going through a lengthy review process. At least 2 months lengthy review process happened. I even checked out what camera algorithm is happening over here, and only once I was absolutely convinced that this is the phone to buy, only after I was absolutely convinced that this was the phone to buy, I went in and made the buying decision. And that too, I used the affiliate link of a fellow YouTuber who put in a very detailed video detailing the effectiveness